not a one-man show. It was everybody, all hands on deck.
Now at 6, first responders recall the frantic moments rescuing band members after a bus plunges off the highway and into a ravine.
He's truly a very strong person.
Why they say the band director is the real hero, plus emotions flying high.
It's just sad how the way he has to just leave.
The changes United is making after a family's pet died on a flight. And a walking miracle how you can help this injured officer who was shot in the line of duty. The news starts now.
And we start with breaking news out of Northwest Harris County, where a suspect has been taken into custody after leading police on a wild police chase.
At one point, the driver can be seen hitting a deputy's cruiser with his SUV. Now, this is a live look from Air 11 where the chase came to an end. This is in the Copperfield area, the Windsong subdivision. You can see lots of deputies out there. The pursuit lasted over half an hour, and officers had to use spike strips to get the driver to stop. The suspect was swerving in and out of traffic through neighbors while speeding, narrowly missing some cars.
The suspect went off the road and was driving on the edge of a bayou in the Copperfield area, with deputies following behind him the entire time. Now, no word on why the suspect was running to begin with. We have a crew on the scene, and we'll bring you updates on KHOU.com and also tonight on KHOU 11 News at 10.
And more breaking news tonight. Toys R Us confirming they will either sell or close all of their stores nationwide. The company told employees just a short time ago Toys R Us plans to liquidate all stores. After that, it's possible a Canadian company could run some stores in the U.S. Toys R Us filed for bankruptcy protection last fall. The company struggled to compete with online retailers, especially Amazon.
Searching for answers. Investigators are back out at the scene in Alabama tonight, trying to figure out what caused a bus to go off the road and plunge into a ravine.
A twisted pit of black darkness. That's how a first responder describes what he saw when he pulled up to the scene near Mobile.
Tonight, that first responder and the Channelview band director have forged a friendship from the tragedy. Right now, the band director and several students are still in hospitals in Alabama and Florida. Investigators say an autopsy of the driver who was killed could provide answers in what caused the crash, but they say it could be months before we know exactly what happened.
Our live team coverage continues. We start with Jason Miles live in Channelview. How is the band director recovering, Jason?
Well, Ron, it may be a while before band director Aaron Allison is marching again. A severe leg injury is among the things he's dealing with. Many here in Channelview praying for him, as is the first responder, who now calls him a friend. Channelview High School band director Aaron Allison arrived at a Pensacola, Florida hospital via helicopter. That's him on a stretcher on his way to the ER. And this is Allison in the hospital today, meeting with the man who spent hours with him in the twisted wreckage of a charter bus.
He's in great spirits. He seems like nothing really happened. He's truly a very strong person.
It appears Allison tried to alert driver Harry Callaghan moments before the bus plunged into a ravine, killing Callaghan. Student Dwayne Benson was on board.
He was at the front, and he was screaming, "Harry, Harry, Harry."
Thompson says Allison's only concern after the crash remained his students, despite his own serious injuries.
The only thing that Aaron was really worried about was the kids. He wanted to make sure all the kids were off the bus, and he didn't want to be dealt with until every one of those were taken out.
Thompson and about 50 other first responders worked the scene, many rappelling down some 50 feet to get to where the bus ended up.
And it was not a one-man show. It was everybody, all hands on deck.
Aaron's personality is well known to his students, and Thompson says the two joked even as he was loaded onto that helicopter, leaving behind his newest friend.
In a distraught situation where you're sitting there for 3 hours in a life or death situation with this one person, we bonded. He's family to me now.
And that's Captain Brandon Thompson, who's with the Alberta, Alabama Fire Department. We spoke with him outside the hospital there in Pensacola. It is unclear tonight how soon band director Allison may be back here in Channelview, but several students who were on the bus are back tonight, but several told me via social media they just want to rest, recover, and are still too shaken to talk. Understandably. Back to you.
Meanwhile, two heroes are now great friends. Thank you so much, Jason Miles.
It could be months before Channelview families know exactly what went wrong on that band trip. Matt Doherty is here with the latest on the investigation. When could we get some answers, Matt?
Well, the NTSB made it clear in today's briefing this is going to be a slow and long process. It could be up to 2 years before it's totally complete. The NTSB says the bus was relatively new and was only on its second trip. They say they aren't sure if there is video evidence that was recorded by the bus. Investigators say the driver was almost in Mobile when he was going to be replaced by another driver, but he didn't make it.
Motor coaches, as most cars are not equipped with a black box that tells you everything that happened at every moment, like in other forms of transportation. Typically, we need to do downloads, examine vehicle components, control modules.
Now, the NTSB won't say anything about the autopsy of the driver, Harry Callaghan. He was the only one killed in the crash. Tomorrow, federal investigators will be in Houston. They're expected to be meeting with the charter bus company, First Class Tours. They had agreed to do an interview with us and the company's president, Jeff Rogers, today, but this morning they unexpectedly rescinded that offer. The spokeswoman said he was no longer willing to meet with us. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Matt. We're all waiting for some answers. Thank you so much. And we'll be staying on top of this investigation, and we'll bring you any new developments on KHOU.com and tonight on KHOU 11 News at 10.
A former Astros prospect has been cut from his minor league team after surveillance video surfaced showing him beating his fiancée. Now, we want to warn you, this video is extremely difficult to watch. 24-year-old Danre Vasquez was arrested the summer of 2016 while he played with the Corpus Christi Hooks. He faced a misdemeanor assault family violence charge for what you see here. Vasquez slaps his girlfriend, pulls her hair, and then hits her again at the bottom of the stairwell. Vasquez was supposed to complete a batterer's intervention course as part of a plea deal. And so last week, prosecutors dismissed the case.
Yes, I've seen the video. That's what happens in domestic violence cases. Every time a man or a woman hurt each other, that's what it looks like, and it's ugly. And what I'm trying to accomplish is that from to stop happening.
But today, the Lancaster Barnstormers of Pennsylvania, where Vasquez currently plays, released him from the team. The organization said they were made aware of the nature of the incident and said they had no choice but to sever their relationship.
You were right. That is hard to watch. Huge strides in the recovery for a Precinct 4 deputy constable who was shot in the line of duty. Check this out. 4 months after Deputy Justin Gay was shot 7 times in his legs, he is now walking on his feet and walking. Now, back in November, he was shot while responding to a fight. The constable says although the deputy is walking, his road to recovery is long, and that's where they need your help. If you want to make donations to help Deputy Gay and his family, we have information on our website, KHOU.com. Good to see some progress there.
It is. A little bit goes a long way.